Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy. Today we're going to check out the Neighborhood Square Shelter. Our newest shelter. 1,800 atoms, so a little bit pricey. Now, let's go through. We're going to just kind of scroll through and look at the screenshots, and then we'll go in and see, how well does the screenshots convey what you actually get. Because that is a problem in the atomic shop from time to time, that they'll have a picture and it just doesn't convey it properly. I will say, I noticed some items in there that I don't have, and it makes me slightly jealous. It kind of kills me anytime I see stuff in the atomic shop and there's items in the background that I don't have. And I'm like, oh, come on, I need these items. But now, let's go ahead and grab this. And now that we're in the world, we can take a look at the entrance. So, huge fan of the entrance. It looks freaking cool. And, the downside to it is, like a lot of the other shelters, if you try building it on a hill, you're going to end up with a really awkward shelter entrance where part of it's hanging off. I think that looks fairly good. But, man, the entrance is freaking cool. Now that we're in, it appears to be dark. Weird. Oh, and let there be light. Alright, so apparently when you hop in here, it may be darker, and it'll take a minute for it to light itself properly. But this place is freaking huge. It looks amazing, too. You can tell they actually spent a fair amount of time and effort on this one. Absolutely love it. And let's see. So I'm just kind of opening my build menu to see if maybe there's a spot that looks like we can't build. But, alright. Just a quick glance around. It looked like everything would be buildable. Oh, I love this train tunnel. It's caved in. Like, this is freaking cool. Now if I could just, get some train cars to decorate with. I love that we have this wide open area that's nice and flat, but at the same time, it doesn't feel out of place. So, this is just too darn cool. I think our big question here is going to be, how high up can we build before we hit the ceiling? So, let's go in, grab a foundation. Even though I guess I technically don't need it. Alright, habits, alright? Now we'll start throwing some stairs on here. Kind of thinking we go with these this time. Might not be the best idea. But, we're going to do it anyways, alright? And, alright. Let's work our way up and see if we can place some more. I feel like this is one of the fairly important things. Seeing how high up we can go. And so it wants to fight me because I'm recording, and that's just how things work when you hit record. Let's see if we can jump over here. All right. Now see, this seems minor, but to me this is a pretty big deal. The fact that there's little spots that I can jump off to and it's not blocked by an invisible wall. That's pretty darn significant. And I think we've reached the height limit. Let's jump over here and we'll head back up and we'll see. I had a feeling. So, invisible wall right here, and we can't go any higher. But, I do believe we've made it up 5 stories. So, that's a decent build height, and given the amount of open space we have to build, I'm going to wager you run out of budget long before you are able to construct the massively elaborate thing that you may have planned. So, I'm going to say if they haven't tweaked the budget for this one, I really hope they tweak it down the road so we can really make the most of this. I am curious if the time of day ever changes, but I'm going to kind of guess that maybe it doesn't. I just don't have time to sit here and test it. So, my final thoughts on this. This is probably my favorite shelter. Is it worth it for you? Probably. All right, and if you're only ever going to get one shelter, this is probably the one I would suggest. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.